Hey guys, it's Tyler from Reviews of Cool Stuff, and today we are looking at this. Alright, I'm going to give you 4 different reasons today why you should look at this Liacelee headlamp. It's a little different from other headlamps that I've used in the past and reviewed in the past, and so kind of an interesting product to look at. So first, design-wise, this is different from most headlamps. Instead of having a single beam, we have this strip that gives you 230 degrees, so it widens what you can see. And it has rear reflector lights on the back. Now, we have 3 modes, so you've got high beam, low beam, and strobe, depending on your different situations. I'll probably always just use the high beam, low beam. I don't think I'll need strobe, but as I tested that out, as I went running at night, I found that the high beam did a really good job of giving me visibility for about 10 to 20 yards. Now, the difference between that and a traditional headlamp that has a single beam is this will probably go further, so you can direct a point further and then point it up and down, whereas this really just lights everything around you. And so this is going to be really awesome if you're caving or spelunking, if you're in an enclosed area, if you're working like in a basement and the lights are off or something like that, or you don't have electricity. This is really great just to light up a room. So it works as kind of a flood lamp. If you needed directional light, this isn't going to do that. Now, so that's one, is just the design. Another reason why you want to give this a look is the way that it feels. Now, it's actually heavier than all my other headlamps. However, when I wear it, it doesn't feel heavier because it distributes the weight differently. You see that it's got this cord, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. It's got the battery pack in the back with the rear, and then the headlamp in the front, and it distributes the weight around. And so rather than feeling like a headlamp or a headlight, it feels like you're wearing a baseball hat. It just wears differently, and so it doesn't feel heavy, it just feels different. Now, another reason that you should look at this is, as I mentioned, it's got this cord because it comes here. It's got a rechargeable battery that you just plug in through USB, which is really nice. You could just put your micro USB in it, or USB-C. And I'm trying to remember, oh, it just peels here at the front. So you just put your micro USB in there and charge it with your phone charger or whatever. And that's really handy. All my other headlights, this is actually one of the frustrations I have. I run a lot in the dark and I go through batteries, and the batteries that you use for a headlamp like this or like this, they're usually like weird batteries that are expensive to replace and they're hard to find. And so I actually like this a lot more because I can just recharge it and then I'm gonna have good batteries for a long time. One final thing, I mentioned this earlier, but one thing that I do really like about this that most headlamps don't have is that it has the rear reflector. So when I turn that on, you've got the red light in the back. That's especially helpful for me as a runner because as I go down dark country lanes, I like the cars behind me to see that I'm there, and with most of my headlamps, I actually have to physically turn around while I'm running so they see my headlight on in the distance and they can plan for me as they approach me. Obviously I don't have to do that with this because they'll see me from way up ahead because I have a light on in the back. And so that's something that's, in some instances, like if you're a runner, it's really helpful to have that rear light. So speaking of price, you can buy one of these for $17 or 2 for $26. So obviously the 2 packs are better value, but that's competitive with other headlamps in this space. It is cheaper when you consider you're getting the rear light and the front light, that you're not going to have to replace your lamp, and that you don't have to replace your battery. So over the life of the product, this is probably going to save you a ton of money. The one downside for me is that it's not quite as bright as some other headlamps. So really, if you want to see far off in the distance, this is not your best lamp, but this is going to give you some good visibility for about 10 to 20 yards. I'm pretty happy with it so far. It makes my runs a lot more enjoyable. I feel safer, and I love that I'm saving money and that I don't have to replace parts. If you want to get one of these for you, right now it's a great deal, so just follow the link in the description below, and I'll link to both the 1-pack and the 2-pack because I got the 2-pack and I think that's the way to go. All right, goodbye.